Final tips before the GMAT. In this video, we would be covering what to do 10 days before the GMAT, 2 days before the test, 2 hours before the test, during the test, and at the end of the test. To begin with, 10 days before the GMAT. Take a fresh, official GMAT prep test to know your current level. Honestly introspect whether you are ready for the test. If not, you may want to consider rescheduling the test. Hoping that's not the case and you proceed with your plan, you must watch your routine and regulate your sleep cycle. Ensure that you are mentally active during the time in the day when you are supposed to take your GMAT. For example, if you are taking your GMAT in the 9 to 1 slot, please start getting up early and staying mentally agile during that time in the day. Stick to doing just the official questions, official guides, verbal and math review, question pack, exam pack, and GMAT prep exams. Revise your notes and reattempt questions you got incorrect. Try to study in sittings of 4 hours to get habituated to such long sessions. GMAT is a 4 hours long test. Your stamina is very much at test. Next, 2 days before the GMAT. Take it a bit easy. You have done all the hard work. The preparation in the last 2 days is not going to get you a score. However, taking too much stress during the final days may have a negative impact, so please avoid stressing yourself mentally. Revise your short notes. Take an official test. Decide what score you are going to accept or cancel on the test day. 1 day before the GMAT, take it really easy. Avoid any stress. If not studying stresses you, okay, study. However, avoid fatigue. Ideally, just unwind. 1 day before the exam, I would personally go watch a movie. Check your GMAT center if you don't know where exactly it is and how long it takes you to get there. Do what helps you to unwind. I said watch a movie. Get some fresh air. Crucial, sleep well on the night before the exam. Very, very important. Try to grab a good 10 hours sleep if you can. 2 hours before the GMAT. Ensure that you carry your ID. Passport 2 is required for many geographies. For example, if you are in India, passport is the only ID they accept. You may also want to carry a printout of the appointment confirmation email. However, that is not necessary. Carry your favorite drink. Carry chocolates. You will be assigned a locker there. Carry something for the breaks. Dress up light and comfortable. Avoid tight or extra warm clothes. Report 30 minutes early. If you are more than 15 minutes late, it's considered no-show. Avoid showing up too early, however. It may just stress you up. In case you reach early, you can check with the administrators. Sometimes the test can be started a few minutes earlier as well. Don't get stressed by the serious atmosphere at the exam center. The non-smiling faces on the staff. They are doing their job. You do yours. Go win the GMAT. You will be under cameras all the time. You will need to give fingerprint scans every time you enter or exit the test-taking area. You may find students coming out sad or distressed after their test. Don't let any of that bother you. Focus on your performance. Immediately before the test. Use the loo. Avoid consuming excessive liquid before the test. Just take a few sips. Have names of 5 schools ready where you wish to forward your GMAT score at this stage. Mention backup practical schools at this stage in the process. If you get a good score, you can always forward the scores to the dream category institutions. Think about your parents, inspirations, favorite God as you enter the test-taking area. As you do so, the correct mindset would be to avoid stress. Take it easy. Remember, nobody will die if you don't perform well. Trust me on that. People have bigger problems. Don't complain. Be thankful for what you have. Take it as yet another mock test. Please avoid doing anything new, fancy, special on the real GMAT day. The section order should be the same as what has worked for you in the mocks. Avoid checking the answers several times or spending extra time on the first few questions, etc. If you have to try something like Red Bull, try it during your mocks. See if it works for you. Please don't do anything fancy on the GMAT day. Then, as you begin with the test, during the test, pay special attention to the first 10 questions in the quant as well as the verbal section. Remember, when the test completes too comfortably, it is a bigger problem. So, if you are really needing to sweat during the exam, it is generally a good sign. It means that you are doing well. The software is throwing difficult questions at you, so please don't bother if the test looks difficult. Take it one question at a time. Avoid judging how you are performing. Concentrate on doing well on the question that you are on. Have faith that if you keep giving your best from wherever you are in the test, you can do well. You can get a very good score. Do not stick to one question for too long. This is the mother of all tips. If it is over 2 minutes on any one question, please mark a choice randomly, make an educated guess, and move on. Many easier questions are waiting for you ahead. Remember, you can score the 99th percentile on the exam despite getting 20% questions incorrect. Make sure that you complete the test. You should not need to mark the last few questions blindly. Then, is the test feeling different to you? The concepts you read are not applying. The difficulty level seems completely different. The questions don't feel the same. Don't worry, it's perfectly normal. It happened with me as well. What happens is that towards the end of the preparation, students very often repeat the GMAT prep exams and the other official material. Therefore, questions tend to repeat. Then on the GMAT, when you don't get any repeat questions, the test feels to be different. Remember, the test may also be feeling different because of the exam pressure, or simply because you are doing very well and the software is throwing difficult questions at you. So if the test feels different, just tell yourself that you are doing well. Hang in there. Soon you will realize that all the learning that you have undergone is applying and the test is not alien. Then ensure attempting all questions. Remember, on the GMAT, the penalty is higher when you leave the test incomplete. So attempt all questions, even if you have to mark a few randomly. A note about utilizing the breaks. I would suggest that you must avail both the long breaks. However, avoid analyzing how the test is going during the breaks. Rather, just focus on relaxing yourself for remaining part of the exam. Have your energy doses. It's a long test. Don't overeat, however. Don't let the fingerprint scanners and the serious faces stress you up. Crucial, please be back on time. Otherwise, you lose time on your next section, and this may just stress you up. When the test ends, before you see your score, please close your eyes. Remember your parents, dear ones, all the hard work that you have put into your preparation, and see your score. God willing, you will get a good score. You will get a printout of the unofficial score. Go for a good lunch or dinner with your friends. Take it easy, relax. The battle has just started. Spare a moment, pat your back for all the efforts, irrespective of the result. Think about applications. It is never too early to start the application process. The more time you have, the better it is. All the best. Thank you for all the hard work you put into the preparation. We hope that your association with Experts Global leaves a positive impact on your career. Thank you for being a student. Your faith is our badge of honor, and our team wishes you all the very best for the exam. This is the last video for us as well. We have prepared thousands of videos for this course. Overall, developing this program, this software, has been a long and meaningful journey. Thank you for being a part of it. All the very best for your exam and the road thereafter.